begin. And I are about to head out to the Reserva Nacional Las Chinchillas, where these adorable little creatures live. And then we're going to go there for this morning. And we've gotten complete instructions about how to get lost based on input from La Sherpa. About to exit onto the street. And the gate opens before us as we go to our rental car on our own little expediciones.
Today is October 20th, our last full day here in Yapel. We're turning off San Martin onto Constitucion.
Constitution has become a two-lane road now with traffic both ways, and we expect at some point it's just going to sweep up to the left, or there'll be a sign to the left that tells us that we're going to head towards the national park.
We now know that we are on the correct road because we just saw a sign said Chinchillas, 15 kilometers straight ahead.
As we travel along, we're pretty much going due north. It's not a long drive. Notice the smell of eucalyptus. The road's not in too bad a shape, but not as good as the road we traveled yesterday. We're hoping the road condition will hold up to and through the park, although the map doesn't seem to indicate that. We could end up on an unimproved road. We're noticing a rail line off to the left. Someone mentioned somewhere along the line that rail used to be much more prolific here in Chile, and then they basically deprecated it. Rail lines went into disuse. We notice a lot of structures are using railroad ties in their physical construction, so we can only imagine that what happened was the rail lines just got cannibalized for some of the materials for construction in various locations.
Looks like there's greenhouses out there.
There's also some kind of bridge there. Yeah. Oh, I think we're going over it. Make a sharp right turn here. Go over the bridge. Puente, as they're known. Ah, no, that's the rail bridge. I see. We're sweeping around it. This is obviously just a wash for some of the runoff from the mountains. You can almost tell the population density of an area by just looking at the amount of wiring strung from power lines. Most of these are all single strand, which means the amount of electricity being used out here is pretty small. Population levels are small and usage is small. As you travel closer, of course, to bigger cities, you're going to see far larger distribution lines. One of the discussions we had this morning at desayuno table, breakfast table, was about the areas associated with Chile. Well, as we mentioned earlier in earlier aspects of this video series, they're numbered. But the common people, the gente, the people who live here, don't like the numbers. They like to give them names. This is Coquimbo. It's also known as Area 4. The area we came out of earlier was Valparaiso, which was Area 5. And one of the things that became very clear during this discussion is the folks that live here, the civilians, deprecate the numbers because the numbers were pretty much established by the military. And they don't want the country to be governed by the military. Coquimbo itself would be able to take this route.
That was a picture of a chinchilla on that. So it said, drive slowly to not run over the chinchillas.
So we may see some on the roadbed. That's great. Oops, they clearly want us to slow down here. As suspected, the chinchillas they're mammals. They can live where it's cold, but they're going to want to live in warmer climates. So we're wondering how the chinchillas survive. Obviously, they must be able to eat plants that have water in them, like some of these cacti up here.
Well, here's the riverbed, and as you can see, it's dry.
There's a lot of cacti looked like none of this is saguaro, but much of it looks very familiar to us from Arizona. We just climbed a long grade, and this is the pass out of the valley, which we consider to probably have been the valley of the Chinchilla. We didn't see a single one, however, so maybe it's not the season for them to be out and about, but it would certainly seem to be.
Well, this is spring.
It is spring. We're making a long descent down into another valley on the hill, on the foot mountains of the Andes. We suspect we have left the Chinchilla Reserve. We haven't had any confirmation yet. Since it really wasn't much of a drive to get out here, was it, Vanessa, from Illapel? So we're going to go ahead and go down to the next town, Pueblo. It's not too far outside the park. And then we'll turn around and make a run back. Well, if there is a Pueblo along the route where we're going to turn around, it's right here.
Monster Energy drinks sold here. Hai pan means we have bread. Hai. Queso de cabra, which is goat's cheese. Driving around this region, you have to be careful because you never know when goats are going to jump out in front of your car. It's happened to us twice.
Head back up over the pass again and drop back into the valley.
They are.
They're not chinchillas, but they're cute goats.
And they're not in the road.
Right here, we suspect is the peak of the pass that leads out of the valley of the Chinchilla. We're hoping to get a nice view of something here, but you can see some snow up on the peaks.
There's a nice peak up there.
So there should be some water flowing somewhere here, but maybe not into this valley so well. But those peaks must be up about at least 10,000 feet to be able to maintain some kind of snow presence. We had planned, possibly, if this gate had been open, right here, which it isn't obviously to keep the sheep in, to just go ahead and do a little trek along this road. So, as an alternative, we're going to see if we can make a brief little hike along this small ridge, which leads up to this cactus copse and peak on the rocks. How's the view?
We're now returning. We're heading back down into the valley, and we just passed some riparian corridors with some willow trees. There was only about 3 big willows, and the only other place we saw them was up the top of the Elky Valley.
Okay, so when we originally pulled in, we noticed the structure off to the right. We thought it was within the reserve. In fact, it's outside the reserve. This particular reserve is much thinner at its waist than we realized, and it was only until we came back on return route that we noticed the sign welcoming us into the preserve from the north, and we're going to see that here in a second. And you can see that green sign up ahead. That's the entrance, the entrada to the preserve from the north, which is not too far from the entrance entrada from the south. This is the center of information of the local region by the name of Oscar Gaston Edo Herrera, not sure what that is. As you can see, this is the symbol of Chile's Reserva Nacional. There's a map of the area. It does, see? It does look like a butterfly, and this is the short region we drove through, about 2 kilometers, and yet the region goes out flanking each side and looks like a beautiful butterfly. Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Mi nombre es Jeff.
Ya.
Su nombre es
Mario.
Mario y
Ortiz.
Vanessa.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Sí.
Gusto.
Hola.
Ella es Victoria y Lucía.
Oh, Lucia.
Ellas son visitantes que vienen también para acá. Están muy contentas con los...
Muy bonita familia.
Visitor from Paraguay?
¿Cómo?
Visitor?
Ellos son visitantes.
Visitantes.
Ella es chilena, pero vivió muchos años en Venezuela.
Where are you from?
Sí.
Tucson, Arizona.
Arizona, Texas.
Sí. Tucson.
Explícales que acá hay un centro de información ambiental donde se pueden hay información sobre la reserva.
Here there's a center of information where you can get all sorts of information from this place.
Ya, pero también quiero que le expliques lo de los colas de pincel que hay ahí y los invites a verlo.
There's a like a
Ranger. Oh, no, a what?
There's like a little rat.
Rat, what you call a chinchilla. Sí.
Cola de pincel.
Es muy...
No, es
No,
chinchilla.
es
Ahí no. Dile que ahí se pueden ver y invítalos a verlos.
Sí.
Pero dile que son colas de pincel, los de eso.
Walk this way.
Ahí están. Ahí.
Cámara con un pájaro se van las aves.
Dale, que la mano, ¿viste que te tocó? ¿Ve? Ahí sale.
Chinchilla es
Solo nocturna.
nocturne. Only come out at night.
Flat night. Pero la puede conocer en el Nocturama.
We're going to the Nocturama, where the chinchilla are seen.
Es una sala oscura, ¿ya? Que uno puede ver la chinchilla y ellos
Están libres, están aquí cautivos.
Exactamente.
Están cautivos.
Exacto. Bueno, es una sala que tiene unos ventanales. Son vidrio espejo. No se prende la luz.
Information about the diet of the chinchilla.
Lo que pasa es que tenemos un macho y una hembra. Este es un macho. Este es un macho, como la hembra. Están bueno. El tiempo de ¿cómo se llama? Claro. El macho ya parece que ya la hembra está preñada. Entonces el macho, cuando se le quiere de nuevo a subir, él le pega o lo puede matar. Entonces el macho se esconde.
Here we have a little tour
Vieron un animal
of the
muerto
lobby.
grande,
Ya.
pero más grande que un conejo.
Chinchilla.
Vicky.
¿Hay vampiros por aquí?
No, No.
A vampire bat.
Antiguamente se encontraban, pero ahora se perdieron.
Explícale que el que acaba de ver es el tercero, Degu de las Quilcas, el que acaba de ver. Explícale que es el que sale de dieta.
This is the one
No.
we just saw.
Saw. Degu de las Pircas. Pircas, sí.
Yes, and it comes out in daylight.
Bueno, acá
sí.
tenemos a otros ejemplares de
¿Y
murciélago
otras?
Claro, aquí hay
Another rat here, Dago. Dago is a rat.
las casas de madera.
Este es hay solo dos que salen de día. Dile que este también sale de día,
This
pero es de la
one?
costa.
Claro,
This one also comes out in daylight to like
claro, pueden ver.
the coast.
See, like a beaver.
Sí, sí,
Beaver.
al lado de la-
Rat. Chinchilla. Oh, Raton Chinchilla. Sí. Largo oídos. Largo oídos.
Y usted dice que de ahí de la donde está la copeca.
Oh. Oh, Rehudo de Darwin. Darwin discovered this one. Huh? This is the fellow who they named this El Centro after. Oscar Gaston A. del Herrera hizo sus estudios en la Escuela de Prácticos Forestales de Cotuí. Apparently he was a forester. And here's the end. No more than 2 kilometers.